You are looking at the Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory, part of NASA's Johnson Space Center. The counterattack on location this week in Houston, Texas, in one of the biggest pools we've ever seen. It is gigantic. It is super deep. We're going to tell you all about it on a brand new episode coming up next. Hi everyone, Greg Mescall here. Thanks for joining us on the counterattack. We're here in Houston, Texas, on location at the Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory. What is this place? Well, we talked to folks about it, and there is a small splash ball connection. Check it out.
The pool is huge. It's 6.2 million gallons of water. It's 202 feet long, 102 feet wide, and 40 feet deep. And we keep the pool at 86 degrees, and we train the astronauts here to do successful EVAs up in space. So we're trying to remove all their hazards and risk here on Earth so they can be successful up there. So the big thing here is we introduced this as part of our physical training program and a camaraderie of getting the astronauts together with the divers and playing together as a physical fitness. And we did that with splash ball, and then we also made it so it's non-contact, which is very important. We don't want to hurt anybody, and then we just set up a field out in the pool, and we usually try to do it during a maintenance period and on a non-test related interference basis with all of our operations going on.
There's a big learning curve because you're learning the game and the rules of the game. I have some running endurance, but I realized pretty quickly that doesn't necessarily translate to swimming endurance. So there's a lot of just splashing around. Everybody's helping each other out, and I think that comes from our main mission statement to help to train the astronauts, and then we as a dive team get really close also.
The people I work with have quickly become like a family. I don't know if it's diving in general, but certainly in my last job, which was a dive instructor in Hawaii, it felt the same way. And I just feel like we're very close and we're here to support each other. And that, more than anything, is a really good feeling.
And if you don't believe they play a little splash ball here, well, here's the official NBL cap. The games only happen maybe a couple of times a year. They're working on much bigger missions, as we heard in our piece, but we thank them so much for having us here. Now we continue what has been a tour of Texas as we visited with a whole host of clubs in the Houston area. Let's take a look at some of the great athletes we spoke to last week.
Water polo players in Texas are getting a lot more opportunities, especially going to the next level. And again, just 5-10 years ago, there was barely anything. And now even more, every single high school team we play is getting better and the competition is raising. It's a close-knit community, and I'm really benefited from living. Everyone cares about each other.
Everybody's really close. A lot of the time we hang out after school and have our own team party, so we get to bond. And the experience is awesome because everybody's so close compared to other schools where there's so many kids you don't even know anyone's names.
Water polo is a sport for every shape and size. It's not like football where you have to be built and tall. So seeing friends that you say, hey, come out and try, it's fun to see your close friends enjoying the game that you love. We're all a big family, so even though we're rivals with Dallas, we still love each other.
And now we turn to the USA Water Polo Hall of Fame. 7 deserving inductees headed in the 35th induction class to be honored this June 7th in Pleasanton, California. Tickets and more information available now at usawaterpolo.org. 7 names you know. Longtime Stanford coach John Tanner, and then 6 Olympic medalists: Ryan Bailey, Adam Wright, Jeff Powers, Jessica Steffens, Lauren Wanger, Betsy Armstrong, some of the top to ever play for Team USA. They'll all be inducted. Looking forward to a great afternoon in Pleasanton this June. And then some sad news to report: the water polo community losing 2 iconic names, 2 Hall of Famers. Richard Doc Hunkler, the longtime coach at Slippery Rock University in Pennsylvania. He helped that Slippery Rock women's water polo program to new heights, winning the national title in 1995. Did even more for the growth and development of women's water polo, especially at the collegiate level. Also spent time with the USA Women's National Team staff. And then Ted Newland, the iconic UC Irvine coach, winner of multiple NCAA championships in men's water polo, developed multiple Olympians, including 2 we just mentioned, Ryan Bailey and Jeff Powers, well known for his efforts with the Anteaters of UC Irvine. Our thoughts are, of course, with their family and friends during this difficult time. And now we turn to the USA Water Polo event calendar, and for the first time, Clearwater Beach is hosting a USA Water Polo open water event. We are headed to the Clearwater Community Sailing Center this May 18th through the 19th. More information coming soon to usawaterpolo.org, but we'll have full highlights. We'll have some live streaming from the event, so much more coming, multiple age groups available. Get your club signed up today for what is going to be a great event in a beautiful location. Speaking of great events, just this past Sunday in Northern California, in Moraga, California, Spring Sunday taking place. 17 teams taking part in this 10 and under event. A whole bunch of water polo going on all at the same time. Check out this photo of all the water polo courses at the same time in the same pool. Great stuff there. Looking forward to future Spring Sundays. And then to Arizona, where the Desert Duel was taking place, the annual Masters event. On the women's side, it saw the New York Athletic Club take first, Chicago in second, and for the men, Olympic Club in first, and Alumni in second. And now we turn towards women's college water polo, where the postseason is coming up quick. Let's get you caught up with all the key results. Our Texas tour took us to Austin College, and the Roos in their first season, they made it all the way to the CWPA Division III final, coming up just short against McAllister. We told you about them a couple of weeks ago. It was the only varsity team in the state of Minnesota. They win at 8-5, and that sends us off to our Cap 7 college scoreboard. Stanford, they find themselves in a lot of close battles lately, but they keep on figuring out ways to win. They defeat Cal 13-12. Hawaii over UC Santa Barbara 15-9. San Jose State edging Indiana in MPSF action 8-6. And Marist over Iona 13-5 in MAC play. Water polo on TV this weekend as the regular season comes to a close. A good doubleheader on the Pac-12 network. Arizona State pays a visit to Cal at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, and then the crosstown splashdown, the Battle of L.A. USC at UCLA, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, both games live on the Pac-12 network. Make sure you tune in. Now we turn to National League Water Polo as Week 3 action is on the way at Ocean View High School in Huntington Beach, California. As always, live stats available via thefosh.net. We'll also have live streaming of all the action from Huntington Beach on Saturday and Sunday. Full schedules and team rosters coming soon to usawaterpolo.org. Don't forget free admission, so if you're in the area, please join us for Week 3 of the National League. And now let's head back to Week 2 of the National League. During our trip in Texas, didn't get a chance to get you caught up on highlights. We go to UC Davis, where Week 2 action took place, and a look at two key matchups. First up, USA Collegiate taking on Golden Bear. Early in the first, USA Collegiate's Tyler Abramson finds the back of the cage to give his team the 2-0 advantage. Not long after, Golden Bear turns to Cade Cruz. He cuts the deficit to 1 when he puts it away. It's a 3-2 game. Luis Araya goes cross-cage for the Collegiate squad, and he makes the score now 7-2 as things are expanding. Collegiate's Noah Hodge comes up with a nice save here in the third, but Golden Bear would have another chance. David Feingold fakes and goes for it, able to hit, but Golden Bear still trailing at 10-4. Now just 24 seconds left in the third. Kasper Langowitz of Collegiate wrestles with a defender, breaks free, and hits to deliver his team's 13th goal of the game. They're in front 13-4. Dylan Woodhead coming up big with a penalty shot midway through the fourth to advance that score to 17-7 for Collegiate, and they would go on to cruise to victory 19-9. Post-game, we caught up with Sean Ferrari, who scored 3 goals in the win.
We got a lot of good guys on this team, some new guys coming in this weekend from the East Coast, but Coach did a really good job of getting us ready for the game, and everybody's been playing at a high level, so we just wanted to hit the ground running fast and put these teams away quickly, and I think we did a good job of that.
Next up, Olympic Club taking on USA University. Early on, Olympic Club's Marin Ballerin hitting first on the redirect to give this veteran team a 1-0 lead. Early in the second, Matt Casora goes spin move to tie the game at 2 for University. University attempts the cross-cage shot, but O Club's Lazar Andrich is there for the stop, and then he turns to his teammate Blake Parrish, who hits another one, this time from the center position, and O Club is ahead 1-3-2. Colin Mulcahy breaking free from his defender. He'll find the back of the net, and now pushing that Olympic Club lead ahead a little further, 6-3. Tommy Gruwell looking to answer for University with the big skip shot here in the third, and University now down 2-8-6. Check out this sequence here late in the third. A bunch of passing leads to an Olympic Club backhand shot attempt, but that's blocked by University's Daniel Rowland. But hang on, Mulcahy is there for the rebound for the buzzer-beating shot to end the third. Great sequence there. 10-6 Olympic Club. Now 11-6 Club in front. Cullen Hennessy finds an open Peter Sefton. He knows what to do with it. Olympic Club leads 12-6. Shane Hochschild would wrap things up for the O Club. He goes bar in. That's beautiful. Olympic Club goes on to win it 13-7 in the aftermath. Johnny Hooper of Olympic Club talking to us about the win, and Tommy Gruwell of USA University about playing in the National League.
It's cool just going out there doing business. It was a good game. Both teams were competitive. Playing with guys out there and coming out here and playing, you know.
Just playing against those guys, they're all elite water polo players, and just their movements is you can learn a lot from their movements and just their experience too. And I talked to a couple of them after the game, and they gave me pointers, advice, stuff like that.
And now we close out our show as we do every week with our social media send-off brought to you by our friends at Cobian. We begin with our weekly winner of free Cobian sandals. Congrats. And don't forget, you can get involved. Just comment on our Instagram, any USA Water Polo Instagram post, and you just might win. And our Cobian winner, Bard Weck on Instagram with this comment cheering on our Texas tour. Loved the comments, loved all the interaction in our time in Texas. From there, one of the greatest NBA sharpshooters, and as a longtime Knicks fan, a man that broke our hearts many times, Reggie Miller, hanging out with Grove City Water Polo at the airport. He does a fun feature on his Instagram where he gets to know his seatmate. Check that out, Reggie Miller on IG. And an awesome celebration from CN Marseille claiming the European Cup, this via Instagram. That looks like quite the good time. Would love to see our NCAA champs celebrated with fireworks and much more. Our own John Abdu, he was in Chicago while we were in Texas. USA Water Polo everywhere. He visited some high school action. One of the greats in goal, Merrill Moses, talking to some of our ODP athletes. Thanks, Adele, for the share. And now to UC Davis, not for the National League, but for their annual Giving Day video. You'll recall last year they went Ice Cube. This year they go the classic SNL skit. Really, Trent Calder, if the water polo doesn't work out, get this man his SAG card. He is ready for Hollywood. Luka Cupido, he can hit from 6 meters, and he's got the cornhole game locked down on his Instagram. Ashley Johnson realizes that we just did get water polo emojis, but it's fair. When will we see a goalie emoji? A lot of goalies in different sports. It's a fair request. And then back to Texas, where Thunder Water Polo was offering more splash ball fun. So many good things happening in Texas.
Thunder on 3. 1, 2, 3, Thunder!
So there it is, some of the best water polo we saw on the internet this week. Thanks for all your submissions. Keep them coming. Use the hashtag counterattack. Tag us at USAWP. That'll do it for this week's episode right here at the Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory here in Houston. Thanks so much for watching. And don't forget, when you're on the counterattack, even if you're 40 feet deep here at the NBL, look weak side. Got to cap up here real quick. See you next week.